The sweep is real, son. What's up, guys? Cyn for the win here. And, what else can you say? That was a, closer game 4 than I would have preferred. Definitely, the Sharks did not have their best game. But, you know, in the end, they came with the victory, and Martin Jones once again. He was phenomenal for the Sharks, and when they need him to be the best player on the ice, he was the best player on the ice, and I love the response, too. After Anaheim got their goal, the one that counted, the Sharks came back and almost scored immediately, and that's something they need, and that's something they've been doing so well against the Ducks, is their transition, whether it's on the ice or even just their mentality. They have short memories. They seem to put things behind us, and even seem to get energized by Anaheim, you know, capitalizing on stuff against them. But first of all, big shout out to Anaheim. You know, hard fought series. The games besides, you know, game 3 were all very close, and Gibson, you know, again, besides game 3, he played very well for himself, and just at the end of the day, the Sharks were the better team overall, and I think they were able to, you know, play their game. I'm gonna get rid of this, by the way. I just got that sweep in my hand the whole time. I don't even know if it's on camera still. I'm just fucking holding a broom right now. I must look ridiculous. Anyway, where the heck was I? Oh yeah, the Sharks, I think, were able to really implement their game plan and like dictate the tempos of the games for the most part. And that's the reason they won. And the Sharks are a much faster team than they have been in years past, especially looking back to 2016, which gives me a lot of good hope. Now, however, there's still a lot of things to clean up. This game, when you see the Ducks were just completely desperate, and, you know, the Sharks were not making the most crisp passes at times. They were having trouble getting the puck out of their own end, and if you're going to do that, a team against Vegas, who we're going up into the second round, they have, more of an aptitude to make you pay. They have more skill to make you pay. So Sharks really are going to need to clean that up. But like I said, every other game besides this one didn't really have much of a problem in that area. And at the same time, when it counted here, the Sharks were amazing. Like, when it counted here, their defense was incredible. Again, they were limiting those second and third opportunities, which I think a team like Anaheim really thrives off of. And when they were able to get those second, third opportunities, Jonesy making just incredible saves like Jonesy can do. But let's start it in from the top. Now, first period was pretty even, and when the Sharks get that goal. Who else, man? Marcus Sorensen, third of the season, his 4th point, 4 points in 4 games as a 4th liner. That's huge. That is some depth goal scoring, and you want that kind of stuff in the playoffs. And he's just exciting to watch. He's fast, man. He's gritty. He doesn't quit. And point on that goal, he did not quit on that puck, man. He refused to give up on it. And big, dirty, big blue collar, dirty goal for the Sharks when they need getting on the board first would really help them. Like I said, the first period was pretty even across the board. But the Sharks maybe started faltering a bit at the end there, and that's when kind of Anaheim began to take over, especially in the second period. And I think that was, or was it the second and third when they had the carryover time? No, it was just the first and the second, because that was the disallowed goal. That was on the power play there. That's, it is a lucky break, and I'm glad they reviewed it, but at the same time, that was a tremendous play, I forget who it was on the blue line, to force Getzlaf to have to stop and re-handle the puck. You saved the goal right there, essentially, because they thought the 2 wingers thought they were getting in the zone. They press in down the boards, and all of a sudden, that's how they outnumbered them down low and got the chance to Raquel over there. But it was the play it was either the back-checking center or one of the defensemen who made a really strong play at the blue line, kind of really good gap on Getzlaf to make him have to stop and reconsider what he was doing with the puck, and that saved the goal right there. Now, of course, they come back, a few minutes later and get a real goal, but after that, the Sharks kind of had a wake-up call. That was kind of like a wake-up call for them, and they came back with a bit more fire and a bit more fury, and they were able to get it right back with a great deflection by Hurlin. It really was one of those series where I feel like the Ducks could not catch a break. And granted, they did it to themselves sometimes, but there were several posts and key opportunities. Perry, he had a redirect in the slot early in I can't remember which period it was, but I mean, had he hit the puck more to the right where Jonesy's pads weren't, it's a goal. Jonesy couldn't have reacted to it, but luckily Jonesy was, playing big like he does in great positions, able to kick it out, limit the rebound as well, which is, it's just, this team was just great, and in preventing all those second and third opportunities, and that was a big reason why they won, because the Ducks, man, once they get cycling, that's what they rely on. If once they can get cycling, they're going to rely on the shot, the second and the third opportunities. That's the kind of team they are, because the Sharks are very similar like that. When the Sharks begin cycling, they're relying on that, the shot from the point, Brent Burns, the second, third opportunities, exactly how Sorensen scored, or the deflections, exactly how Hurdle scores. So you can see the similarities between the team. It's just what I think it came down to was execution, and the Sharks' execution was better throughout the series. They were faster on the breakouts, better on the break-ins as well. When they did jump and chase it, they made sure half the time that they had a guy who could have a step on the defender, at least give him a 50-50 chance on the puck. And at the end of the day, the Sharks outplayed and outworked, and they outworked him in every facet almost of the games. I mean, goaltending was better, offense was better, defense was better, and that gets you a sweep. No matter how close some of the games are, the better team, I think, will win them. And in this case, maybe this game 4, you can say Anaheim was the better team throughout, but couldn't capitalize on the chances. And Martin Jones does what Martin Jones does best, just like he did in 2016, gave the Sharks a 6-game series instead of getting swept. He keeps the Sharks in games, and that's huge to have in the playoffs. You need a goalie who can bail you out, and Martin Jones is definitely one of those. So great game, man. I couldn't be happier with the result. It's so good to sweep that team. My poor buddy is a Ducks fan. He wasn't too happy with it, but he was definitely seeing like they were getting outplayed, and then when they weren't getting outplayed, Jones was being a beast. So it's just like I said, nothing seemed to go the Ducks' way in that series, and a lot of the breaks seemed to go to San Jose. But I mean, a lot of that it comes back to you have to be good to be lucky, lucky to be good. The Sharks earned it. They earned their breaks in that one, and work hard, good things happen in hockey, and the Sharks definitely proved that. And I can't wait for round 2, man. Round 2 is going to be great, and I will, once all the matchups are settled, I will be doing another full Cynalysis video for the like we did for round 1. I'll do some new predictions and stuff from round 2. Maybe we'll do a bit of breaking down each series. I will admit I haven't been able to catch every game. It's a little crazy, even though I'm on technically my spring break for the school I teach at, even though that's going on right now. Still very busy. Still got a bunch of other stuff I'm doing with my music career and whatnot. And of course, trying to catch as much playoff hockey as I can while still balancing a sleep schedule and eating and other stuff like that. Minor details of life. But yeah, man, just very happy. But what I did appreciate about the Ducks in this one is they really changed their mentality, and they had a much better game for it. They're way more disciplined. They weren't doing stupid crap. They were still gritty. They were still the gritty Anaheim Ducks, but what I appreciate is they didn't step over that line. Like they're giving it, the Sharks and Ducks are giving it back and forth to each other, and and that's good physical playoff hockey to me. Like after whistle shenanigans, I love it. As long as you're not spearing guys and stuff like that, I love it. We love it. It gets our heart going. That's what we watch playoff hockey. It's, the dirty stuff is what we all just want to stay away from. And Anaheim didn't do that in that game, and they could have won that game. I mean, they were the better team. So moving forward, Anaheim, I think you need to shift your identity a bit. I think you're going to need to get more speed like the Sharks adjusted to after 2016. You need to start putting more speed into your roster, start moving away from... You can still be physical, but like we saw the Kings against LA, if you don't have the speed to pull it off anymore, it doesn't matter if you could bang bodies. If you're not getting to those pucks quick enough to be able to lay those hits, I mean... Yeah, and again, it's all about positioning those hits too. Is that hit going to create a play? Like that, it comes down to in today's NHL, you need speed no matter what. And if you're gonna play a physical game, you need speed even more, because you have to win those battles, and you have to get to places where you can make those big hits that will create those chances and create the momentum for your team. And that's where I think the Ducks have got to kind of shift focus, because they got beat by a new Sharks squad, which is a lot faster and a lot more skill based than in years past. We still have that forecheck and grindy cycle style, but with the more skill to pull it off and at a faster pace, we're starting to see that really click for the Sharks, and they're able to, sweep a team like the Ducks, who really are no pushover. And like I said, besides Game 3, those games were really close. Game 1, 3-0 was very misleading. Game 2, 3-2, speaks for itself. Did I say Game 2? Yeah. And then Game 3, obviously 8-1. Ducks lost their heads. This one again, Game 4, very close. So if you're a Ducks fan out there, you can take that into you. Yeah, sure, you got swept, but every single game besides the one was very close. And, maybe maybe a coaching change is necessary. I know Carlisle's back. I don't think, he's bad. I like how he held his players accountable after Game 3, and they really showed their leadership group stepped up, and that's what they needed. Their leadership group has to change mentality as well, because when you have guys like Getzlaf getting kicked out of games and Corey Perry and Ryan Kessler taking those bad penalties, that's not the example that you want to set, you know what I mean? So that's just it, man. But I'm very happy about this, and yeah, gives Sharks a chance to rest up, and hopefully some of their arms and hands get to heal those bruises from some of those cross checks and slashes. But again, great hard fought series from Anaheim. It was a pleasure to watch, despite some of the stuff I didn't enjoy. But overall, the series was great. This last game was incredibly nerve wracking, nail biting. Yeah, might develop a hangnail from some of the nail biting I was doing here. But yeah, just great stuff, man. I'm very happy to moving on to the next round. And I'm not gonna lie, I was very worried about how the Sharks ended the season, but they turned around here in the postseason like nothing happened, and that's great to see. So, Sharks sweep the Ducks. Is it in frame? Fuck. Oh, Jesus. I should clean that. Oh. Anyway. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember to leave a like. Go Sharks, and I'll see you guys in round 2. If watching my videos just isn't enough sin for you, be sure to go over there on Twitter and shoot me a follow, and you could even join our Discord server as well to talk with some of the other sinners out there. The links to both are in the description.